people. Blessings, everyone. You don't know, this is the streets according to me, your boy Shelz. Heard right here on the Bridge 99 FM and on Irijan Radio. Up in a foreign in New York. Shout out to New York people. They want to show me a strength. I love you guys. I love the energy. As you always know, people, we have lots to discuss. You don't know. Real conversation, real vibes. I don't know, of course, with some real people. We're going to find out what the streets are. So we're going to have a lot of things to talk about. Remember, you can join in on the conversation. I see a paper here telling me by tweeting me using the hashtag. We're up on Twitter for real? Because you know me on Twitter and a friend. Are we really on Twitter, people? If you see me on Twitter, if you see the Bridge 99, post me on Twitter. You can reach out to me over there using the hashtag Shelz Street. Same thing on Instagram because I'm always on the IG. Shelz Street. And please, nobody feel like my boss come out. Remember me to tell you when the show just started, I only have 1,300 and a little bit. Now I have 1,400 enough. So Benji, life is good. So people, you can follow me on Instagram at everything. Use up your patois. Use up your little dialect. everything_Shelly on Instagram. Please don't be those weird followers who just have zero posts and just follow me. Them things that make me nervous. Feel like I work for the feds. You see me? So please, be real people. Big up all the bridge builders. A long time I seen on DM me and say, yo, Shelz, play my mixtape, please. After my name Kurt Riley. Thank you so much for not sending me your business propositions in my DMs and thing. But if you do want to be a bridge builder, what's a bridge builder? These are the people who, we help get them products all over the world. You don't know how we say to the world, don't? So if you have a product, a service, anything you want, just link us. Use our sale departments. Link the sale departments at 876-669-5000. That's 876-669-5000. Let's have a vibe, sign. Now, last week, we spoke about building generational wealth. I visit the bank the same time after I realized I'm not going with nothing in my old age. Tony Rebel Pastor made me know say when he was my age, him well on him way to generational wealth. Big up yourself, Rebel. I don't know, the power couple did pass through. Dennis and Jenny, big up on herself. It was a vibes. And of course, the General Shamar Clark, who was an executive financial advisor, I'm forward and make me know, say, Shelz, now you need to really get your act right. So, yeah, it was a fantastic vibe. What else happened over the weekend? I hope everybody was all right. For us here at the Bridge, we did an outside broadcast at the Jung Supermarket. Thanks to Massey Distributions. I was there with my sister from another Mr. Nicky Z. It was amazing. The people that make me know say, yo, Benjamin, tell you the truth. So I was interviewing a nice lady, doing the whole thing, and she was like, Shelz? Shelz, what Shelz stand for? I was like, it's short for Sheldon. He said, oh, it's a girl name. People, I'm gonna tell you why I'm have to go with Shelz, because Sheldon don't sound good on the radio. Zine. Shelly is a nickname of mine. And it just have to work. It's either Shelz or Shelly. It not gonna work, So when we did born, my parents did one name is Stefan, but somebody in the room said, don't call him Stefan because somebody call him Stephanie. But so call him Sheldon, he said, because clearly there's no girl nickname that can come from that. Psych. But it was an amazing vibe at Jung Supermarket. It was a success story for me. It was a big outside broadcast. My first time getting out there at Shelz and just holding the vibes. I remember I live right around the corner from Jung. Big up the Cumberland Massive, the Portmore Lane Massive. It's a vibe. I remember when me and my brethren them used to have to scrape up every silver in a Benji. Every silver for go at Jung for run a boat. When you have so much silver to the point where the cashier said, Jano, you want a loan? You know them way there? Yeah, that's how we used to go over there. We'd do our outside broadcast with the great Nicky Z. It was a vibe. So thank you guys so much for the support. Massive Distributions, big up on yourself. We're looking forward to many more collaborations. Now, you don't know, as always, Bridge Nation, we have a lot to talk about. During the whole vibration with outside broadcasting and them things, somebody asked me, why young people can't put on them phone? Why everything? Because somebody catch me and video the whole thing. Like me never feel excited and video my experience and post it down. But somebody was like, yo, why young people can't help but post every single detail of them life? I'm like, because you old. Nobody don't want to see what you are do. But that's the topic we're going to kind of dive into tonight. We're going to talk about focusing on the appearance versus the experience. Now, for the tough-head people around the back, what does that mean? That just means like how a lot of people have been just tailoring the appearance of them life for suit social media instead of focusing on the experience that's actually happening before them. You know what I mean? There's so much story about influencers, everything. Just like once them see camera go up, them just pause the moment that's happening and just like, hey, no, let me fix my dress. Hey, yo, let me fix my ear. Hey, we forget to wash my face. Stop that. Instead of just enjoying come on, your baby are born. What do you mean you want to wash your face? Come on, just relax yourself. But yeah, so it's a lot to discuss. So instantly, quick and fast, what's my view on the thing? All right, first of all, let me address what the elder people always ask. Why do we need to post everything? Simply put, I simply believe that I'm a part of a generation that believes that, if we not post it, it never exists, it never happened. I just saw it go. Now, people use social media for different reasons, for keep in touch with family, expand the businesses, memes, very important. But do we really need to post everything? I mean, do I need to see what you had for dinner with a long caption that now have not for doing the food in the pic? Do I really need to see your peaches out in Georgia? And then listen to you rant about the men focusing on your body because you just posted peaches in Georgia? Come on now, big up yourself. Do you have to show that you're helping a homeless person during the holiday season? Like, do we really have to do all of this, right? Now listen, Bridge Nation, I get it. It's your social media. You're free to post whatever you want. Cool. Some people post, they don't know because, it helps them. I heard that some people post because it helps them keep track of their memories. Drop a block by your foot because you chat foolishness. Shut up. Listen, that's why you have hard drives and that's why we spend a lot of money on expensive phones with a lot of gigabytes and things. Social media is not a photo album. Calm yourself. There's actually something in photo albums. In my mind, social media is just isn't really a place for you to store memories, For me, once I've decided to post on social media, I've made that conscious decision to share an aspect of my life with people who follow me. So with that being said, my side, you have to be careful what you post. You know what I mean? And how far into your life you allow people to go. Now, I'm sure there are stats out there that saying, how social media have altered the way people think, and especially through the pandemic, people getting so dependent on it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and go on like I'm holier than thou and go on like I'm woke. I was just on IG like a few seconds ago, seeing? As a matter of fact, my screen time say way over my average, and like 2 hours, like that not look good, But, brother, it's exhausting, you understand? And speaking of which, I think it's very important for us to, just take the time out, you know what I mean? Like, it's very important to learn to unplug. But before I even get into that, I'm going like, I'm gonna do them thing. Let's talk about the people who actually get paid, to showcase random stuff, like what they're wearing, where they're going, what's in your fridge. Can you blame me for continuing to do things like that? I mean, if somebody pay me a bag of money for sure a sticker butter in my fridge. Hey! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! So, we have to admit that social media has changed how we interact and how we engage with life overall. Yo, Benji, you live in a Portmore, brother. Internet, they gone last night in my scheme, see? Internet and cable. You say, me alone. So I got internet and cable gone one time. Brother, it feel like light gone and light dead. You know what I mean? Brother, to all it feel away. Like, legit, I'm with my sister and my mother in our living room, said so. And we are talk about life. I'm just like, wow, this was what it was in the 90s. Like, this is what... And then all of a sudden, me hear somebody randomly say, yo, we're not on a board game. Like, we just realized, say we don't have no board games because we used to have the board game apps and them thing there. It's crazy, isn't it? But people, seriously, it's important to take time out and breathe. Actually stop and look at the trees dancing to the rhythm of the ocean waves. That's so poetic, though. All right, Benji, now giving a forward. And use your phone. You can use your phone, like I said, I don't know about Android users, no shade. But, you can schedule some off-screen time. You know what I mean? Yeah, Android people are give me a flock for this. But, yo, people, please, just learn to unplug. Learn to protect your identity. And just understand that social media isn't your life. You understand me? It's your space, but please understand that it's not your life. You don't have to get consumed by it. It's okay to put the phone down. And if you're going out with a nice girl, you have to post our handshell and just enjoy the moment. Yeah, I can attack myself too. It's okay. But with that being said, you don't know, we're going to jump to a quick commercial break. I have some fantastic guests passing through. Felt me reason out this situation about why young people, and is it just young people? I feel like the older heads might get caught up in another thing too. Is it why is people in general then getting so worked up on their appearance versus just focusing on the experience? More from the streets according to me, your boy Shelz, after this.
One Jamaica, looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah. From here, the body instrumental, you don't know. that this is the streets, according to me, your boy Shelz. Yeah, so the conversation tonight is why people are so fixated on the appearance when it comes to social media, on the appearance of their lives, in just other than just focusing on just experiencing life as it happens. Why you have to post that you're on vacation? Why not just enjoy the vacation? Why do you have to post that you're having crabs, even though crab is disgusting? I don't care. Seafood lovers can fight me all in a one. Why you have to post the crabs? You see me? So to help me get further enlightened and cuss me off probably, I'm my two bros, because I don't know we have these discussions, man. It's been a while since I've seen them. I have a lot of fantastic guests, but when my bros fought in the studio, it's amazing. My brother them, Mark Davis, the people's favorite. And increasingly, I think people starting to like Jason's voice. Some girl tell me, Jason's voice just sounds soothing. The great Jason Henry. Yeah, Jason, I look at me. Yeah, you like that? Yeah. You know, so these guys, I told you guys before, I think the last time you guys were here together, I said that you guys have something called like an underground podcast vibe that I like. So you guys don't really, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, you don't really follow up the social media thing. It's like, hey, cause even like on your personal pages on IG, you don't really post enough, you don't really share anything. Like you can, not like much. Jason for example, you can meet Halle Berry today and none of we don't know.
Boy,
you know what I mean?
So me.
Yeah, so I feel like you guys, it kind of one-sided. Cause I'm probably the only one here that posts a lot on social. So I represent the people who like to post. But I mean, if you guys, we can just reason it out and find out just why people like to just fixate the whole. Let me adjust my appearance instead of living the experience, right? Mm-hmm. So Mark, I'm gonna start with you first, bro. Which one are you? Are you the type to alter the picture in the frame before you take a picture, or are you rather just put the phone down and actually admire the painting? Which one? Is it fix the appearance or just enjoy the experience?
Well, it's a very complicated answer, you know.
Go on, man.
Because I'll be in the moment, but I'll take the picture and I won't post it till like probably even a month later. Yeah, that's how I am. So I don't have a thing where I don't like giving away my location or giving away what I
trouble for that.
or giving away what I'm doing. I like enjoying the moment because again, as we were discussing earlier, you know, and you said it earlier in the introduction where you said you have a gallery for a reason. So I'll take the picture and put it in my gallery, and then one day I'll be like, you know, let me share this photo with the world.
Right.
And as you know, I do photography sometimes. So there are times when I do take some really good pictures and then I'll post them later on, not on the day of the event.
Yeah, because, you know, and I like the fact that you said, you know, you're about just, you capture the moment for like safe keeps, but you rather enjoy the moment. Jason, what about the people who, because like, yeah, as Mark, you brought up that you're a photographer, you know, and you know, people seeing your photography on social media is a big deal. Like people use social media as a way to make some money or get some attention from PR people and stuff like that. Jason, what is it? Is it that those persons who are fixated on like the monetary side of social media when it comes to posting stuff, are they wrong? Should they tone it down a bit? Is it acceptable for them to be like that?
I mean, I think it's acceptable. The only problem is that when you know, work is life just take over, and then all of a sudden you're starting to do things, and then people who don't live that life that you live, they're like, why I do that for? What is for? Really? And then you're like, well, you can defend yourself because, well, on my livelihood this. Who are you to tell me how to live and do my thing? True. But at the same time, it's like, you know, say, I might be a little bit disconnected from the people them, and now them kind of have a point because maybe this post that I'm making isn't appropriate. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. So, but Mark, I'm just talking, just, you know, piggybacking. You know, we know why for that, but you know, it's
the same thing that happened last time.
But what about the people who say, "Yo, what am I social media? I can do what I want. I can post what I want. If I feel like post the fact that I got a cut on my knee, even though it's a little scratch. Who cares what people think? You know, are those people annoying? Are those people trolls? Is it acceptable?
So you see, it goes back to how far is too far. You understand? Because again, social media is made for socializing virtually. Understand? And so if I get hurt or if I found a good dish and I want to share it, then that's fine, you know. But you have some persons who overshare, and I think that's where
Alright, so what's oversharing?
oversharing to me
Yeah.
would be like you literally, you know, you have those persons who, I don't know if you have, because again, you know, Facebook has been trying to create this metaverse thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, even WhatsApp is a part of that.
Right.
Right? And you ever see those persons where the entire WhatsApp status
Oh,
is...
to the point where they look at something fine.
Yes.
You know, the story
So
So
there.
it's like
Oh.
around 30, 40 stories
Yeah.
of them doing menial things.
Yeah, random
That,
things.
you know,
yeah.
you know, like, that is oversharing.
But yeah, but Jason
Yeah.
and Mark, really, I feel them platform, right? Like,
I agree.
should we get annoyed because we choose to tune in to them oversharing? I
We
think
not have to watch.
we don't have to watch. Cause
that's
we're
a
here
fair
saying
point.
that them not have to share, but we not have to watch, right? So who is wrong? Are we the ones who tuning in and criticizing? Are we the wrong ones? Or are they wrong for just spending 20 minutes of us just watching them boil water? Yeah, like, who's wrong?
I mean, if it was interesting, then I wouldn't care. Like maybe they're telling a nice story over the boiled water, as they make soup or tea or whatever the case may be. But I think, I don't know, personally, if you want my just
Yeah, man.
God honest opinion,
Right.
me not care.
Yeah, you don't care as the person watching, or you like?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's so subjective because I can't tell you what to do with your social media. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to watch it. I don't even have to follow you.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? I could even mute you if I wanted to and still follow you. You
Right.
wouldn't know.
That's true.
So it's so subjective that it's like I kind of have to be fair to the people who they really get a kick out of social media and sharing, and because like even when you talk, like you look at certain families and you see how much them talk, how much them share.
Yeah.
If you grow up in that kind of culture, you grow up in that kind of family, it is very natural for you to want to share. And to somebody else who have a family who, them not really share too much
Like
and
mine.
that kind of thing. Yeah, mine too. It's like, you're doing a lot. You need to do less. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's what I think.
I
Yeah,
think
go ahead,
I
man.
want to use an example
Sure.
to just follow up
Yeah,
on
man.
this point.
Follow
up.
Yeah,
Not
follow
piggyback.
up. Not
Follow up. Yeah.
At this point,
Yeah.
a lot of people find like DJ Khaled annoying. You
True,
know, a lot
true,
of people find him annoying. But I find him very entertaining.
The man is inspiring.
And inspirational,
brother. The man
you understand?
inspiring. Nothing.
And I guess it's just to each his own. If you don't like it, then you just stop following. Because again, other people will find Little Nas X very annoying.
Yeah.
You
The
understand?
man trolling, brother.
You understand? And so if you don't like it, then you have the option to unfollow and go on a different platform.
You know, for me, no, Bridget, I'm tell you what, guys. We brought up Khaled a while ago. A part of the reason why I can see why people find him and his oversharing a bit annoying. But it's because I know that that's his actual life.
And it's a marketing strategy.
Yeah, and it's like a tuning, because I'm like, because Khaled do the weird things like, oh, I'm eating lobster on a jet ski. You know what I mean? We don't need to see it, but we just know that, hey, this guy can actually live this life. And it's not like him stunting, really. For my foreign peeps, I hope I got that. Stunting. You see me? But what annoys me now is when I say, and I'm not going to make it a foreign local thing, because local people out there live life, big up the
Yes.
scale. But like,
True.
yeah, well, you can tell when some certain people are fake it. You know, that's fake it till they make it, right? And to the point now, when I'm starting that now, it's like social media and the lines between social media and real life gets blurred, right? Now, how can people like that, how would you advise them to separate real life from social media as they're trying to reach like a Khaled level? Because like I said, as you rightfully said, if Khaled goes some boops now and say I eat, because like, we've only was out here, and eat some foreign, our food, and you see the thing, you might drink the thing, right? Thing, man, also thing PR, say, you see me? So somebody might say that and say, let me try that. Let me order this big old plate of this and put thing. Maybe thing will see it, and then thing don't see it. Like, you know, how would you like, advise them to like, just calm down, like enjoy life, like don't get the lines blurred.
Boy, that's a hard question because you can't really tell people what to do because if we're being honest, there's an audience for everything.
Right.
There's an audience for everything. Just the other day on social media, a young lady at her father's funeral in a dress.
How that go?
Basically, she's posing in
Yeah.
her little I call
In her
it
black dress.
in her black dress.
Wait, you're talking about the funeral?
Yeah,
thing.
man.
Okay,
yeah, man. The
go on,
same
talk.
funeral, and
Yeah.
she had like a off the shoulder dress, kind of not very funeral appropriate.
Right.
Very sultry.
Right.
Yes.
Fashion over.
And you know,
Goodly. Yeah, we should have checked the caption.
you
for
should
that,
check it out.
Should check the
You
caption.
should check the caption for real because she literally used that funeral to boost her following
So it
and
was a relative's funeral or?
her father.
Sheesh.
And she was literally right in front of the coffin
casket?
taking pictures.
Okay, there was
Yo.
all right, so here's the thing with that now.
Yeah.
So to her defense, if you can think that I could defend it possibly, but to her defense, it got so much traction that I think either ABC or NBC, one of them did get in touch with her, and she said, "Listen, even though yes, it was a difficult time, I posed with him as if he was still alive. This is how I would have posed. This is how I would stay and angle and thing
That's
if
weird.
he was still alive."
It's still weird.
It's
Still weird.
It's
Still
weird,
weird.
brother. Yeah.
But could it be
yeah.
that she truly inside was like, yo, this is what daddy would want?
Yeah, but hold on. We definitely have to revisit that post because anyhow she tag fashion over, then that would have been a problem.
Yeah, that's
because,
true.
You see me like
That
my
is
fashion
true.
over dress that not cool.
That's
brother.
not
That-
appropriate.
All right, so we're saying that there are levels to it. We're saying that it's just so. I feel like we're going like back and forth. I feel like we're trying to agree with those who post a lot, and we're still trying to maintain our low key motives and stuff. But so you guys are saying, no, I'll get this right because I do have my pet peeves with certain people on social media and they're oversharing. I heard an instance where somebody saw. Now tell me. Oh, you found the post? Did
Hold
she
on,
tag
picture.
Fashion over?
Well, that's a
hold on,
deal
hold on, but she look good, brother.
See?
Yo, people. I mess up. I mess up with this is that I did not see the coffin. That mess up, brother.
That's so true.
That
The
mess up,
first
brother.
time I
I
didn't
did.
see it. That's
Didn't
so
see the
true.
coffin at first.
Yo, people, ever get the chance to look up what is it? Trashy woman blasted for sexy Instagram photos in front of her father's coffin. Look up, type all that in a Google, and you see it.
Yeah.
But she look good, bro. That
She's
weird,
attractive.
brother. Watch him on,
Yeah.
and then her father's head is right behind her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It
okay.
is?
Yeah,
Yes.
brother, you see it, right? That's all.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I cannot believe this.
okay.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Honestly, I just
so
saw the
when
open
it's
casket.
far, too far.
Yeah,
You
but
understand?
yeah. All right. So when it's too far, then
Yeah.
so in case it's like
To me, that is too far.
that's too far.
Yeah, to
Posing.
me.
Well,
But
I
then
mean,
she got a lot of people who
that's the
followed
thing
her
now,
and are
'cause, yeah,
like,
people
okay,
know- and
just
then-
like you, she's hot.
But
I don't care.
But didn't she
You know?
lose followers too?
She lost a few, but she gained
All right, but
comparable
But
amount.
watch your vibes.
Wow.
I know. You put it in the local context. If me do something outrageous like that, and people cuss me online, say, "Yo, boy, Shelz, you never have to talk about that to the brother. Do them thing there." But TVJ link me and say, "We want to have a talk with you." Or something link me and say, "Yo, we need to have a discussion with you." On the news and all these things. And then. So, even better yet, like Richie B link me and say, Shelz, I'm gonna put on Richie V voice. Shelz, why did you post in that black suit in front of a relative's casket? And you know what I mean? On one hand, you might say, yo, Shelz, you did something wrong, blah, blah, blah. But the following, people feed off that, you know what I mean? So, is that really going too far if it work out? Because somebody a young youth might say that and say, hey, viral sells.
Exactly.
We were talking about
Yeah,
that.
man,
So
viral
people,
sells.
so, we have to do, I don't know. Is it okay to focus on being viral? I don't know. Me like to go up, me not go up on Richie B
Because
program.
even in one interview, she herself was saying her dad would be proud because she's using this moment to elevate herself.
Oh.
Because right now, I think she has over 300,000 followers.
Let me adjust my headset.
See that now?
That's really what.
Yeah,
See
yeah.
there? Can't tell me said daddy would have proud.
So, if she's lying, She's a good liar.
Hey,
That's all I'm saying.
On that note, we're gonna take a quick break now. Let me see about that picture there while we're up on the commercial. Yeah, this is the streets according to your boy Shelz. Move forward.
Roll call! Red Hills Road, White Plains Road, Crossroads, Jamaica Avenue, Constant Spring, Flatbush Avenue. Wherever you are, the only place that keeps you connected to yacht and foreign is the Bridge 99 FM to the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So from near the bad instrumental, I know this is your boy Shelz, and this is the streets according to who? Me, your boy Shelz. Now listen here, people. We're having a very good conversation about, social media and how a lot of people focusing on their appearance on social media instead of focusing on the experience that they're in. I'm here with my bros Mark Davis and Jason Henry, and we're just having a vibe. I'm learning a lot. I just look back on the picture again with the young lady. I don't know if they're just joining us. There's a young lady. I guess she's like the muse behind this discussion. I guess you can say. The girl dressed up in her itty bitty black dress and posed in front of her father's coffin. Right? Oh, so watch her. Oh, them find her up on Instagram now. But no, brother. She hot. No, brother. Okay. But yeah, so she posted in front of her father's casket and thing, and social people are wondering, oh, you take it too far. So that's what we're talking about. Instead of just, I would say, enjoying the moment in that case, but just living that moment. Yeah. She there seeing it as a photo up, but yeah. So that's the vibes, people. When is it going too far when it comes to appearance versus the experience, man? And guys, my first question is: we spoke a lot about the whole getting paid to do this thing, because right now we don't know how far that can go for her. You have some people out there, anything is good marketing these days, especially with our social media setup. You know what I'm saying? So you never know. You know what I mean? You never know. I mean, certain brands might not want to associate themselves with that, but you never know. Social media, as you said, Mark, there's an audience for everything in that space. Truthfully now, guys, truthfully speaking, if somebody say, yo, Mark, if a brand, a company, will say, Mark, I'm paying you to do something that's usually outside of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? It's not something that you wouldn't, because you see, I give me a look. People comfort zones don't necessarily mean, it's a good place for you to be in. You know what I mean? Because look for me, I never thought I'd be a radio host. I had to come out of a comfort zone to be a host. You see me? So let's say somebody say, yo, Mark, we need you to post more often. We need to see what shoes you wear. We need to see what deodorant you wear. And they were paying you. Would you do that? Would you consider it?
If it's a job, yeah. Because you remember I tell you I do digital marketing as well. Right. You understand? And so with that, if it's like if they want me to use my platform to do it, I would consider it, and because it has to serve a purpose. And that's why I looked at you like, how far out of my comfort zone?
Right. That's true.
I don't think I don't think he's gonna ask you to be like a casket ambassador or nothing.
How far out of my comfort zone? Because like if you say okay, say Clark's.
Hint. Hint.
Clark's was sponsor me and say, yo, wear Clark's every day and post about Clark's and take pictures. Wallaby. And name it, Listen, every post, day, every post, man, I put the Clark's shoes right beside the plate.
Yeah, and a lot of people mids like that. And as I said, we said earlier, before we went to break, that we can't fault the people who are actually getting paid for that. So we're talking about the influencers,
right?
And you have art, especially during the pandemic times. We see a lot of people who are like established artists. They have to kind of go into the whole influencer game now, especially through TikTok and them thing there.
Yeah.
So like if as we said, there's an audience for everything. So if an audience like when that particular person wear lingerie all the time, we can't fault that person.
You see with these Instagram models, you know what I mean? A lot of them, we bash them, but they're making money from posing in Fashion Nova wear and lingerie.
And how much money Una make a bash them? Think about it. Take a second.
Negative $100.
Yeah, exactly. You see me? So, but I still think, man, I think there is all right, so there's almost like a moral thing here, like some code, an invisible code of conduct then. When it comes to social media that only certain people know, right? So, because we spoke about it. I still think we can't. I mean, we know the posing in front of the casket thing is too far, but I still feel like, what is that moral code then for social media then? Like, is there a code when it comes to posting and posting your life? Is there a code that you should follow?
Well, to me, based upon even like certain readings I've done in the past, you have what they call social media etiquette. And you can't be posting certain things that would be lewd. And lewd is a very controversial. It's very subjective because some people might think a woman in a bikini is lewd, you know, versus because like for me, again, I like giving reference points because I remember when I think it was Lisa Hanna who had dressed in a bikini at one point.
Oh yeah.
And everybody was
people
like,
I was complaining.
And everybody was like, "Oh, how can you do that as a
You're a
member of
politician.
Parliament?"
You can't have fun
But
and gallivant.
Hey.
you understand? And so the idea of what is appropriate can be subjective, but then you have things that push it too far. Like if you're posting child pornography,
Of course.
if you are posting sexually explicit content, and that is why nowadays you realize the censorship on these platforms have increased because now any little thing that incites violence against certain communities or you know, you realize it gets taken down. So it's our responsibility to use social media wisely and not to be willy-nilly about how we post things. But there's also a censorship aspect to the social media platforms nowadays where if you go too far, they'll be like, yeah, you are going too far. They'll let you know.
And it's a serious thing when they go too far.
Yeah, man, when you go too far, they'll let you know that,
true.
okay, you're posting that you have guns in this area. That's too far.
So basically, like anything that would be against terms of service,
Right.
for the app or the platform.
True.
Yeah.
So Jason, my question for you is, right, so the pandemic could go on. You understand me?
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately, definitely unfortunately. We're social beings, human beings, right?
Indeed.
Social media, as we said earlier, is a platform used to interact. Some people, I'm not call out my father, but what go on, pops? When my father put on a mud suit, you know, Jason. You see me? Even him just a go supermarket, cause that a go on nowadays enough now, you know. People have put on enough clothes just to just go around the corner, you see me? Cause it's so it go. We order on Amazon and can't go nowhere. I just so it go.
That's true.
So my father put on the suit, bush out, saying, and before him step out the door, him say, yo, take a picture from my Facebook there. Yeah, right? We know that it's just his way of saying, hey, you know, he must show him friends on Facebook, you know, say, yo, you know,
Going
live
outside.
life same way, man. You know, say life hard right now. That's not a bad thing,
No.
Jason. That's
Honestly,
not a bad thing.
no, and I'm gonna be honest with you, as someone that isn't that big on like challenges and that kind of stuff. Remember when the pandemic just started and there was that whole drinking challenge thing?
There was a drinking challenge?
You never know.
No.
Yes, no, yes,
I was just having drinks because of the pandemic. Drink responsibly though, people.
which is true, and so was I. But
Also, we all contributed to the high price,
the stock increase.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
But seriously, like I would normally drink, but I never normally like take a video of myself doing it.
Oh,
and
so that
doing
was
a shot.
so that was
yeah,
a
that was
challenge.
it was like a shot challenge or something like so.
Right, I remember.
And I'm it's like I'm having an outer body experience. What am I doing?
So
What?
you did the challenge.
I did it.
Wow.
And I never do any of these things ever. But I realized like, oh yeah, I know why I'm doing this. Because I've been inside for like 3 weeks and I want to, you know,
reach.
And on
sure?
that
Hang
point,
out.
bro, at that point, make you realize that social media saves lives as well. You understand? Social media saves lives. So that's why I can't necessarily bash people who come online, because like you have some people who literally use, especially like Twitter, they use it to vent.
True.
And if they never had that platform, God
True.
know what they would probably do with themselves. You understand? They
Twitter is
come
where people go to vent.
I did.
Wow.
I did. I deleted it so that when my boss, nobody no dig up them tweets. Baby, come back.
That's
Man.
I literally went through.
So
my post
there are
the other day.
pros and cons. It's just to be responsible, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yo, so all right. So I like that. I like that angle where social media saves lives in that way, where it's like, cause you know the harsh reality is though, and it's one day I had to sit back and really meditate within myself in a Bridge Nation. And not really everybody have the same type of life. We all know this. It sounds like a cliche, but if you really sit down and meditate, oh, you will live life. Somebody else across the world now have the same thing. Somebody like I have my little sister at home. My sister, she's not that young. Me and her can reason. You understand me? Me have my brethren them just live across the road. Me have one woman can speed dial. You have people who are genuinely alone.
Yeah.
That's true.
Genuinely alone. You know what I mean? And social media is just that space. Them have them thousands of followers, and these are people who engage with them, are interested in what they do. You really and truly can't really fault them for saying, hey, you know, I did a painting today. I'm proud of it. Let me share it with you guys because I see you guys as my friends.
Yeah.
And, you know, to people like that on social media, I think persons like that need to be protected.
Yep.
Because the thing about social media, and I mentioned it earlier, in my mind, when you make that decision to post something on social media, you know, you're sharing an aspect of your life to the world, and you have to be very careful about what you share, because something as like that scenario with your art, something you put your heart in, pun intended, you know what I mean? You're opening yourself to getting bashed.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know, somebody can look on and say, oh, that's trash. You see me? Well, yeah, share this with me for nobody wants to see that.
You.
You know what I mean? So I think so, Jason, in that case, should people still pose like cyberbullying is real? You know what I mean? Like, and that's where I kind of segue into the whole cyberbullying thing and being very careful about what you put out there in the name of just sharing your life. Like, how would you suggest to somebody who wants to share but is afraid of that backlash when it comes to social media?
Well, that's a great question, Shel. I feel like asking me is quite astute of you, because I do YouTube, and I didn't want to do YouTube for a very long time because it's like, you know, maybe people going to judge me for this, maybe people going to judge me for that. And the only way I was able to actually like get the energy to just do it is because I just love the topic. I won't get into the topic about what exactly it is, but I love the topic so much that the love of it was greater than the fear of the backlash. And of course, you know, I did get the negative comments, but because I seem to do a good job, it's like, I don't know, 90% positive, 10% negative, maybe even less than that. But in addition to what we're talking about before, while it is true that like the social media thing has kind of saved lives and thing, I kind of feel like there is also the danger of parasocial relationships because of social media, because it's like, as great as it is, it still cannot be a substitute for the real thing. Tactile, touching people, seeing eye contact and them type of things. So that's just another thing I just wanted to kind of just edge in there just to consider. But for real, in terms of just putting yourself out there, it's difficult. It's really difficult, and a lot of the times I feel like there is no one answer just because everyone is so different.
There it is.
So,
I like that.
yeah.
I like that. Mark, you know, what was the word you guys used instead of piggyback?
Follow
up.
To follow
Yeah,
up.
it's just, you know, following up.
That works, right?
Yeah, man, it does.
Yeah,
It
let's
does.
let-
It's
okay,
much
good.
better.
Yeah.
You know, Popcorn will be proud. Now, following up with what Jason said, man, you know, so people, if you just join, you know, we spoke about posting too much, but then we say, you know what, it's okay to post because, you know, sometimes you have to, you know, release that energy, you know, share, because sometimes you have to let out that, you know, because people have different ways of doing that. And people, I want you to understand, don't feel like we're bashing anybody who love to post every day to the point where the IG story thing looks so fine. Do you? You know what I mean? Do you? But what I'm trying to say is, and I'm following up with what Jason said, there are different ways of getting out there. You know, it's you can write a book. You know what I mean? Like, you can write your thoughts down. Speak with yourself, reason with yourself. You know what I mean? And then, you know, you can do like a YouTube channel about that book, that journal, and then, you know, share your story as to why you did it. You know what I mean?
Or you can share it with friends too.
Share, you know what I mean?
Just to kind of gauge.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. You know, so Mark, I just want to know, bro, really and truly, how can you look at somebody right now and say, what would you say? I'm trying to phrase this because this is powerful, people. Let me get this right. Social media is here to stay, Mark. Advise the young person who's either out there too much or not out there enough. How would you advise them to navigate through the social media space in this time right now? Pandemic not going away. Finally, just how would you advise them to navigate themselves through this thing?
I'll borrow from my studies.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll borrow from my studies. Authenticity.
Authenticity.
That is literally it.
Kicking.
Authenticity.
That's good.
You understand? Once you're being your authentic self, you understand? Whatever you stand for, you will find the followers who will literally support you, life or death. They'll support you. You understand? Once you're being yourself and you have nothing to hide, you'll be okay on the social media platform. You'll always face a backlash, you know, because, you know, there are always going to be people who don't like who like what you do. People going to always have negative comments. But for the most part, once you know you're being true to yourself, you'll be fine.
And for tell you the truth, you know, people, for me personally as a creative, you know what I mean, the gauge that I use, if people not talk bad about it, then you know make a change. You understand what I mean? So if you not make a real difference,
That's a
unless
good
so,
point too.
because man, you know that you have people on YouTube. I feel like there's a community on YouTube who just their sole purpose is the unlike button.
Yeah, man. Because I
know
remember
what I mean?
even when Tommy and Wayne started
Yeah,
their thing,
their vlog. Yeah.
and I'm like, what is here to dislike?
No, it's a real thing. There's a whole community, and so when me post all my show up on YouTube, yes, people have a YouTube channel, Sheldon Loyal, and check it out.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, man,
like and subscribe.
Share with
and
your
follow
friend. Tell a
Bridge,
friend to tell a
you know?
friend. You know what I mean? When my sister may get 13 likes, but no dislike, man, I say, me don't make it. Me don't make it to no.
You need a troll.
Yeah, man, we need troll me. You know, I'm ready. Jason, my question for you, bro, because for those who don't know Jason personally, I'm not getting too much detail because this man don't share. Legit don't share too much about his life, but this man is an introvert. Like if you're looking at the dictionary, the unruly thesaurus, you know, let's not say that word.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't pick it up.
Why? Jason.
Oxford.
Yeah, man, pick up your Oxford. You know, Jason, you know, you as an introvert, and you're finding and Mark, you too. You know, you guys are finding ways of, because you guys are the podcast and doing thing. And when it comes to getting out there, Jason, has your thoughts changed anyway? Have you started to say, hey, I'm gonna focus more on, you know, because I think your life is cool. I think your life is dope. How you think and people can benefit from how you think.
I appreciate that.
And that's how a lot of great YouTube channels, you know, were created. Like them just have how they live their lives naturally. You know, somebody like a friend, like what me just do. Say, yeah, you know, say, where your meds still can help somebody in the garrison, can help somebody way across the world. Like, has thinking like that changed? I think you touched on it when you say, you know, the inspiration you got to start the YouTube channel.
Yes.
So, are you still on the side of just experiencing life, or would you start to say, you know, how you've experienced life so far? You can say, you know what, let me create an appearance now to help someone else. Would you do that? Wow, that's profound.
In terms of social media specifically?
Yeah, man, social media, yeah.
Well, it's interesting, you know, because I see how some people, they choose to make the persona and it works for them. And I can't wrong them for that.
Right.
Because if the goal is to be entertaining, then be entertaining. You can have that persona within, be that person, express that self, and then go back to your regularly scheduled program. You could do that if you want, but you could also give a voice to yourself, put it out there. Because even what you were saying before, like some people think my voice is therapeutic. That's one of the most popular comments I seem to get on my videos.
Yeah, man.
So when you said, it was like when, you know, your friend said it, I was like, wow, okay. So it's not just me. It's not just people being nice on the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact is that everybody has a talent, right? And everybody has an interest. If you can focus on one of the two or both, I think you can have a winner. Because even if it doesn't yield the big numbers like you know, Marcus Brownlee or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will get so much out of it, and you will make a community, and they're gonna like wait on everything you do. That's how much they're going to love you, and then you're going to actually reinforce to yourself, you know, Sam, I have value, you know.
Woo.
Sure.
Yo.
Yeah.
And you know that, so it really goes back, as you said, Mark. You know, as long as you remain authentic on the social media platforms, you know, it can never seem like you're oversharing.
Right.
It can never seem like you're, if the term is there, undersharing, or you know what I mean.
Because sometimes it might feel even a little bit cringy, because you know sometimes you watch.
Oh yeah, man, that happens to me all the
like,
time. Yeah, man, singing at the show and thing.
But it's all a part of being real.
And there's a community for it. You know what I mean? And I think that is why. And I know, before I cut though, is it an age thing? It's an age thing. It's just young people who do the phone thing up in the air angles.
No, I know, because I realize you do have I don't want to call them, you have boomers.
Boomers? Yeah.
Who get with the program and, you know, and like to share, because as I say, it's a platform that actually helps to save people's lives in a sense. If some grandparents and boomers need to kind of be careful what they share, but I know it's a space.
Conspiracy theories.
Yeah, it's a space for them to actually have people who follow them up, and you know, because as I said to you, as you said earlier too, life can be lonely, and a lot of people, this is how they connect in this global space.
Right.
So they find friends all the way over in Japan or people.
Facts.
You know?
You know, quick segue. This is a very random thought, and I know it's kind of impossible, but it is. Can you imagine if Miss Lou had a YouTube channel?
Wow. I'm
gonna let that resonate, because true man say, yo, the older generation have so much to offer.
That's a very interesting thought.
Yeah, like think about
if
it.
Miss
Like
Lou did have a...
Come on now. But yo, people, social media is here to stay. We all agree. And I think, as I said earlier, and as we've been saying all night, it's your platform. You can post what you want. You can be who you want to be. That's the beautiful thing about social media. I can post that I'm a Oscar-winning thingy or whatever. And you know, if I can Photoshop well enough, which I can, hire me for my services. You know, people will start to believe it. I can have a following for that until somebody load me up, right? It's your space. But all we're saying is that don't get too lost in the crowd, because you were born to stand out. Cliche alert. Don't you are yourself. Be authentic. People will gravitate, because that's how it works in real life.
Yep.
Do it for the
They
love,
really
right?
meant it. That's how it works in real life. That's how you make your friends through prep school, parent, high school. Like in high school was like the roughest time for me to make friends, you know. And me I thought real life, you know. It's like, but should me be myself, brother. I was like, yo, I like watch anime. I like watch cartoon. I love play football. Oh, I look. A whole bunch of, well, Roller call me a nerd. Hey, this nerd have a radio
that's what
show
it
on
is.
the Bridge
Listen.
99 FM.
Listen, we are all
Yeah.
nerds here. I'm not afraid to say.
You sure it's not any
We're all
R&B
nerds.
like the artists?
I think it's probably that, most that. But listen, people, be safe out there on these platforms. Social media is very powerful. I love the fact though, and I have to point this out before we leave. When the missing girls and missing people go away, and how many people chip in and use social media.
Again,
You saw I saw your post.
Yeah, man, because she's a classmate of mine. Actually.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
Wow.
so you know, we have to wrap now, but it's beautiful, people. It's your platform. Stay safe. Protect your identity. Just share love and just love yourself. This has been another fantastic show. This has been The Streets According to Me, your boy Shelz. Big up on yourself. Enough love always. I'm out.